Black women who want to move abroad, what you can do today to set yourself up for success to earn income abroad. Hey girl, hey, welcome to my channel. Are you a Black woman who wants to move abroad? Are you a Black woman who wants to solo travel? Sis, this is the channel. This is the community for you. Here is where we uplift, motivate, and inspire Black women to live the travel lives of our dreams. If that sounds like you, do me a favor, hit the subscribe bell or the subscribe button. That way you won't miss any of our content here. Let's get started today. The earning income abroad video, the video that I did a few days ago, has been really popular. And so I would like to turn this into a series. I will link to that video in the description box below. But let's talk about earning income abroad and how you can set yourself up for success before you move. This video is for those of you who you're in the various stages of the planning abroad process, right? But you haven't yet physically made the move. What things you need to do today to make that a reality. Number one, getting yourself set up, setting yourself up for success. What does that mean? I know we do a variety of different things. I mean, we do hair, we do nails, we're CPAs, we are business coaches, we are doctors, lawyers, nurses, healthcare. We do a variety of, different things, right? It doesn't, whatever it is, what you do, it is setting yourself up for success before you leave your home country. So before you leave America, right? It is setting yourself up for success. If you don't have it already, making sure that you have your business fundamentals started. So sis, you are the Secretary of State, you're registered with them, your business, you have a bank account, you have a business bank account, right? You have whatever certifications and whatever it is that you need from the US, you've already got those set up so that when you move, it is seamless, and you're able to also, if you're in the middle of getting a visa, you're able to show that consistent income. So you're going to need to get yourself set up before you leave the US, right? Now you can do these things online. You can, for example, Chase has online bank accounts that you can set up. There are a few others, banking institutions where you can set up just online. But again, this video is for those of you who are considering your abroad income, your earning income abroad options, looking at what it is that you do, that you uniquely do, and can you consult? Can you freelance? Can you hire yourself? Can you hire yourself out? What does that process look like for you? Really thinking about that process, but more importantly, getting yourself set up so that you have the ability to show your business is set. Okay, you've got the business bank account, you've got the business address, like a UPS, for example, or a business, PO box where you can read the mail digitally from another country. You are set up. You have got your business credit cards, if you qualify for those, your business debit cards, you have those in your possession. If you're using something like a payment like Wise, I have Wise, I have a Wise account here. Wise is great because it can pay, you can use it to pay money in any currency that you want. There are dozens and dozens of currencies supported on the Wise platform. Another one is Revolut. So you've got Wise, you've got Revolut, you probably have PayPal, right? I mean, that's going a little bit old school, but you've got ways for people to pay you, okay, in your old country and in your new country. Another thing you also need to think about is making sure that you've got any kind of payment processing, those credit card machines or whatever, whether it's Square or whatever the little, the card reader, you've got that. So let's say you bake cakes, okay? And let's say you want, this is just for an example, you want to move to France to sell your pound cakes or sell your special desserts or whatever. Maybe you want to sell fried chicken, sis, whatever it is, okay? But you have no way to, people can only pay you in cash. Well, you need a way to be able to accept money from any kind of way, right? You need a way to accept digital currency. So it's making sure you've got certain things and platforms set up in place before you go. Remember, this is before you are leaving your home country. You are making sure you've got your financials, you've got your payment processing, you've got all the things you need set up before you leave the US. It's expensive to have to come back just for setup, okay? So you're doing these things before you leave, okay? We are handling this business before we make the move, right? We are not jumping back on the plane just because we don't have a credit card processing machine in our home country. We are packing these things in our suitcases. We are making sure our setups are good before we leave, okay? Secondly, thinking about your online sources of income. So how will you make money online? There are a number of different ways. I'll go just over a few brief ones here. You can be an au pair. You can, there are many different agencies you can work with in terms of watching children is something that people in every society need, right? They need competent, educated people to watch their children. And they can teach their children, right? That you can set yourself apart. Maybe those of you who are former teachers, you can set yourself apart in your new country by offering certain services. Maybe that service is you as a native English speaker. There are plenty of people, plenty of parents who want their children to learn and practice English, and they may not be in an English-speaking country. So if you're, for example, in France, that's huge here. Being bilingual, learning English is we don't think of it a lot of times. We think of it like we need to be bilingual, and we do, and not saying we don't, but English is a global marketable skill, right? So if you've got any kind of teaching experience and you can teach kids in terms of reading in English, speaking English, practicing, natural conversations, sis, that may be what you want to do, okay? So au pair, for example, maybe you're a musician. What can you do to make money in your new country? If you can teach English, you can teach English to people in your new country, right? You can, now that may require a certain level perhaps of you being, having some bilingual skills, but English, again, is a marketable skill, and you'd be surprised at the opportunities that can come about as a result. What about the hospitality industry? I can only relate this to here in France, but if you've got some basic French skills and can communicate, and if you have that, hosting and waitstaff experience, it may be not a bad venture to look at. Again, it's sometimes thinking out the box a bit, right? It's thinking out the box, looking at the skills and experience that we currently have and what can transfer over, okay? What can transfer over? Also looking at the skills that you have to make money right there in America. Can you make that money in America, in another country, but from America? So you've got your things set up, right? Let's say you're a therapist. Let's say you're a counselor. You can, if you've got the licenses and got the permission or whatever, I don't know exactly how that works, but let's just say you can see clients around the world. You can market your services as an expat, as a therapist to expats, and you can make money. You can be in Bora Bora making some money, okay? You can be wherever making money using your U.S. based, business. You're billing everything is going through it, your taxes, all of that good stuff. You've already got this set up. Remember, you've already got this set up. So therapy is just one example, but we can look at many different examples of how we can use our skills to make money. So can I freelance? Can I consult? Can I use the things that I've done in my career, right? Let's say I'm a lawyer. Can I be a consultant for other companies, for example, startup firms? I'm a tech lawyer. Can I use my services can I use my skills to offer those services for clients in the US, but I'm in a different country? What can often change the game in terms of the difference between success and quote unquote failure is that a lot of times, depending upon the country now, you are probably living in a place to where your cost of living is lower. That makes a total difference. So I'm looking at starting my business, let's say in a place like New York City or LA. Man, my overhead is going to be huge. What does overhead mean? Like my daily expenses, unless y'all are independently wealthy and I don't know about it, right? Now, if you're independently wealthy, then none of this applies to you. You are good, girl. Okay, you are good. And I'm trying to get like you. But for those of us who do have to worry, who do have to manage our finances, we do have to look at what our budget, what is coming in, what is going out. If that is your concern, then it is looking at the skills, the unique skills that you have. It is looking at those unique skills and abilities and the things that you do currently. Can you do that in another country, from another country, keeping your U.S. clients? This is, again, this video is primarily for people who are Black women in the U.S. or Black women who are U.S. adjacent or have things set up. So I'm coming in it from that perspective. Okay, you already got everything you need. You just have to figure out a plan to make it happen. I'm encouraging Black women who are watching this video, sis, if anybody can figure it out, trust me, it is Black women. We will figure it out. Okay, we will figure it out and we will make a way. So I'm encouraging you, giving you just inspiration. You got this, sis. One of the things that I say quite a bit is that I moved to Paris at the age of 48 in 2023, in January of 2023. If I can do it, I'm sure you can too. If I can, you can as well. And so there are some other options. Also looking at, when you're looking at reducing your expenses, right? One of the biggest expenses that we have is rent. One other potential way that you can look at bringing in terms of reducing your expenses and making perhaps life abroad much more affordable is doing things like house sitting, okay? There are plenty of companies and sites that are available where you can basically live in someone's house. You're not paying anything, okay? You are not paying any of the maintenance costs. You may be watching the house. You may be watching some animals, maybe maintaining some agriculture, some plants or whatever. Also, there are work exchange programs. There are sites like Workaway where you can ideally exchange labor for room and board. There are a number of different things that we can do to make this life affordable and earn income abroad and also cut our expenses. Another one here is a bonus point that we don't think of a lot. And again, it depends on your particular preferences. This life is not for everybody, I will say that. But some people go and travel around the country, around the world rather, living in hostels. They live in, typically hotel-like arrangements with other people, and you're able to save so much money that way. There are people who have picked up, and there are, I'm telling you, places like Germany, places like France, there are all these other different countries there, especially European countries. There are hostels around the world. There is a hostel network of places around the world where you can stay and significantly cut your expenses. Now, is it Marriott type, Sheraton type accommodations? No, it's not. It's not. But that is the side of living in a hostel. You are able to greatly cut your living expenses if you're budgeting, if you're looking at stretching your travel dollar, if you're bopping around in different countries. This makes a great option to save some money. Let me know what you're going to do in the comments below. What piques your interest? Are you looking at using some of the skills that you've got to make money in another country? Are you looking at reducing your expenses? Are you looking at doing that to perhaps take some time off, to do a mini sabbatical? Let me know what you're planning to do in the comments below. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. And sis, one of the best ways you can help me as a Black woman YouTube creator is to share this channel with other Black women you know who are solo travelers, or other Black women you know who have moved abroad or who want to move abroad. We are growing this community. We're at 165 strong. I am so thankful to all of you for contributing, for being in my comment sections, for giving me different ideas and inspiration. You have indeed blessed my spirit, okay? Thanks again. I will see you on the next video.